So when I talk about a meltdown countdown with my clients, usually what I'm trying to communicate to them is that if you're paying attention to your dog's body language, there's always a handful, well, not always a handful, but there's always 2 or 3 warning signs of your dog's mounting anxiety or stress levels that can allow you the window of time to prevent a meltdown. For lots of people, the easiest way to think about that is like a human child. You know, when your kid starts not listening the first time, it's 3 o'clock and they haven't had a nap, you know what the warning signs are, that your human child is no longer able to manage themselves in their current condition. Same thing happens with our dogs. When their ears are going straight back under the slightest bit of stress, when their front feet are braced forward and towards each other so they've got a lot of resistance pressure built up in their chest already, when their hindquarters are really tense, the gait is no longer swinging, it's very regimented and pinned, when the tail is straight up but not wagging or tucked between the legs, when there's a lot of tension across the skin on the top of the snout or between the eyes. There are all kinds of ways that anxiety levels, stress levels present themselves in our dog. My rule of thumb, particularly when you are training and you're new to reading your dog's body language, is don't keep trying. If there's more than 2 warning signs present in your dog's body language, they don't have the mental bandwidth to process what you're asking of them. It's time to put them in a sit and allow them to acclimate to the environment if what's happening around them is steady. So for example, if you're walking by a road that's just got quite a bit of traffic on it and they're not used to that, put them in a sit stay. Just stay there for 2 or 3 minutes and let them acclimate to what's happening. Conversely, if the issue is only going to become more intense with you staying there, it's time for you to lead your dog with body pressure from you out of that situation until you can regulate with them away from the stressor. So if that's another dog walking next to you that's not in control on their leash or is causing your dog stress with their behavior, it's time for you to cross the street and give your dog some space to decompress and let go of that anxiety before you start asking them to use their higher level thinking to perform commands. That's why we practice so much at home before we take our dogs out in public, because it already needs to be a half automated expectation before you ask your dog to perform any behavior while they're distracted, let alone while they're stressed and distracted. That's what we work on to prevent a meltdown.